connect.
Yeah.
So
Top of
that.
reload.
It says
Times are you?
I mean 3 out of 4. That's better.
Passing grade.
I know. Yeah, of the
To get the
you
That's
off my
quick.
back.
see. I tried. It's not a good.
I know. Live.
Good enough, I think. I mean, for what we got going on.
Yeah.
All right. How do I click something so I can see what we're doing on here?
Oh, for the photos.
Well, so I can see what they're seeing because they're just seeing that picture right now,
There's a
right?
delay. You got to change the camera.
Oh.
Switcher.
Yeah.
Got to go to camera 1. There we go.
Hey.
Boop. Pow. Hello. All you crazy kid. All right. Let's see. If we go to there, bam. All right. Groovy. All right, we're almost visible, but anyway,
dang near.
I guess we kind of are. The delay is kind of weird.
It is a little bit weird. Yeah, I don't even know what to think about the delay because it's kind of.
I think you just kind of don't. You shouldn't.
Well, I shouldn't. Yeah, because
Don't think about it, man.
I look at the screen and I'm like, "Hey, man, that was like
Yeah,
a
that
couple
was
minutes ago. That's that's fucking weird."
It is pretty wacky. So, how was your week?
My week was good, man. It was pretty chill. Yeah, had a pretty interesting tattoo this evening.
You did?
Yeah.
Well,
It was this dude came in and he's a burrito slinger. He's the chief burrito slinger.
now
The chief.
he slings burritos.
Yes, he does. He is part of the Urban Bicycle Food Ministry, a nonprofit organization here in the Des Moines area that feeds homeless people burritos.
On bikes with burritos.
On bikes with burritos, and they like evidently just like, they're slinging burritos, man. They're like,
Have you ever heard of such a thing in your life?
no, not until today.
So who makes the burritos?
You know what? I didn't ask that question.
That's a dumb question. That's a dumb
Damn.
question not to ask.
It is.
It was
Man.
dumb not to ask that question.
You know what? I hope it's not Soylent Green.
Whoa! I don't think it's anything
No.
like that.
It's not. No.
No.
But,
So and this is what, part of a ministry or a church that he's a part of?
Part of a ministry.
And so
cool.
I wonder, I'm curious where I assume that it would be the church cooking them up. And
Yeah. Volunteers. He said a lot of volunteer, they work off donations from businesses, and private donations and stuff, and just volunteer work. So, yeah, pretty cool.
Well, I mean, before I give anybody anything, I got to try the burritos, But that's pretty rad. Well, maybe we can have Davo stick some sort of thing.
Yeah, like a linky thing.
A linky clicky thing.
Yes.
Let's see. Yeah. Scott's here. So.
All right. Hi, Scott.
So, yeah, Scott's in the chat. We don't let her in the room. You can't really tell by looking at her, but she has an awful odor. She is really off-putting.
Oh, no. That's awful.
Yeah.
How awful is it?
It's not. It's nothing nice.
No. Yeah, girls are stinky.
I'm joking. No, she's a great gal. I've gotten to know her just a little bit more over the last couple weeks, and she's delightful.
Cool.
Yeah, she's delightful gal. So, different Scott.
Well, how was your week?
Oh, okay, different Scott. Yeah. Well, then maybe that Scott does have a off-putting odor, but I doubt it.
You know, maybe you're thinking about the toilet tissue, Scott. Toilet tissue.
No,
maybe that.
No, I don't. No. Nope, I don't think that's it. I just want to make sure. I mean, there was a mix-up in the Scots.
Oh yeah, that happens, man.
So
how was your week?
Anyways, my week's pretty good. It went pretty well. Our week, we have Tuesdays and Wednesdays off here at the shop, so this is like our Tuesday.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, this is kind of like middle of the week.
So yeah, I'd say so. Yesterday was good. What did I probably did a tattoo or something yesterday. Oh yeah, I did Tally's dagger.
Oh yeah, that looked really, really cool.
Which is pretty neat. I think there's a way. Let's see if I can figure out the button. There's a button down here that's got pictures in there. Is that it? Nope.
I don't think that's it.
Is that it? Nope.
Oh, that's the red self-destruct button.
That's a calculator.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, media. That's it. Okay, so let's see. Maybe I think Tally's. Oh, there's Tally's upper arm. I did. Let's see.
Red circle.
What red circle? Yeah, I found it.
Okay.
I found it. Davo comes in to save the day.
Red circle.
So yeah, well here's one I did on Tally.
Still.
Oh yeah, I gotta drag it over to pow. And then I don't know. Are they seeing that now?
Nope,
no, I gotta hit still. Boop.
Boop.
So yeah, that one. You know, and this is I don't do a whole lot of like old school stuff. You know. But it's fun to do so.
It is, isn't it? Like it's actually a lot more, to me, it's a lot more challenging.
Yeah.
It
really is.
You're trying to get away from, for me, it's like trying to like do a different thing that's, okay, normally I walk, and when I walk, I put my left foot in front of my right foot.
Right.
You know, and I just keep on going. But this is like skipping, you know?
Yeah.
Like you got to train your brain to think.
To do more with less.
Yes,
or
yes.
as much with less. And take out a bunch of kind of the middle steps. It kind of forces you to boil things down to a bare minimum. And you're a lot like I in the way I work, in that we're trying to get it as kind of we're basing it off of reality, I guess, and we're focusing on a lot of the middle ground, where there's only outlines, black, and really primary colors, and it can vary so much, you know, whether you're staying very true to the kind of the old school look, or you're kind of updating it or whatever, kind of new like schooling it.
That neo traditional. For me, it's like there's a lot less stuff to hide behind.
Right.
Like there is, you know, absolute no room for error.
Yeah.
Like those lines have to, just, man, they got to be crisp, and it's a awesome style that I don't feel like I do enough of, but man, when I do, it's really fun.
Yeah, and I had a lot of fun with it. It's kind of neat to force yourself to do that style when you're so used to finding all of the middle ground as far as different values and shades and shadows and light sources and everything else. It's kind of neat to just boil it down to it's a very 2D way of doing it, or a very I guess I'm so used to having a palette that is so immense, and you have to almost imagine, okay, I have the old crayon boxes that had like 8 colors.
Yep.
That's what you're working with, And I thought that was a neat thing with this one, is that the skin tones on it's just one color. It's just this. There's no variations in the skin tone, but like even in the face and in the neck and everything, it works.
It does.
It took me probably 10 minutes to put in all the skin tone.
Oh, really?
To look like that, but it's taken me, close to an hour to do a face like that, and doing it trying to go with every little subtle shade and shadow, and there's probably 8 or 12, 15 colors in that face, and it hasn't necessarily looked any more legible or better than that does.
Right.
So
it's kind of crazy how that works out in the end. The less technical, but still technical.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost in a way, you're way more constricted, and there's definite kind of rules, although they might be kind of a different kind of rules. There's still these the line weight has to be like this, the color, and it has to, you can't gradate the color. You've got to go with a blue. And if you want it darker, then you frickin' use black. And if you want it lighter, then you just leave skin open.
That's right.
Get him out of the chair, get the next guy in. And I think that's part of the struggle with me, is that I want to try to, I don't want to be able to be them, like overcritical them later that night picking it apart.
Right. I could see that.
Because, doing it any length of time, at least in my experience, you'll have people that will pick apart the most benign, little, tiny, seemingly...
Usually the things that you wouldn't...
Not even think
of, yeah.
And... so all of those have stuck in my head. So like it's kind of, I do every tattoo looking through those eyes. Like I've tried, I try not to leave any tiny little stone unturned. I try not to cut any corners. I try to do that so that there's no room for picking it apart.
Gotcha.
Or thinking that I'm trying to get you out of the chair.
Yeah.
But then you run into, well, I don't want you to think I'm milking you either. It's not like I'm trying to keep you in the chair, right? So it's kind of a balance.
Yeah, it's all a matter of balance on what the customer wants.
Yeah.
And like what you're willing to let go, I guess, kind of in a way.
Let go in what way?
In the sense that like, like I could sit there and work on something and just keep on like, adjusting this and just, building up the values here and there. Maybe just saturating just a little bit more, giving it more of a gradient, or, those little details.
Little tuck in. I call it tucking it in.
Yeah. That kind of stuff. I mean, that sometimes, given the style or the look that the customer or client wants to achieve.
Right.
Sometimes, it's a simpler, well, no, I'm not going to use the word simple. That's a trick.
it's more straightforward, less room for interpretation.
Right. And sometimes, I can get as detailed as you want, but
right.
It's going to take time.
Yeah, that's the thing, really. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a good point. It's good to know the expectations of the person.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I love reference, because I can see what they've seen as what is in their realm or in their mind's eye to go, oh, this, if it looked like that, that would be cool. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm sure you agree that what they're showing me isn't to what the ability that I feel I can give them. I'm confident that, I see what you're going for there, but man, I see 10 things right now that I would clean up, that I would change, that I would smooth out, that jumps out, that would strengthen that up. But it's good to know what your client's after, because some people and some people are very straightforward. Like I've had people come to me and go, I don't care what it costs. I don't care how long it takes you. I want this to be like award winning. I want this to be like your best ever.
That's great.
And most of me says, well, I don't want any of them not to be. You know what I mean?
But yeah, you want them to let you know.
Yeah, but it's nice.
What stone needs to not
be unturned.
Be unturned.
That's very true.
Yeah, it's really, really nice to have that idea of like what quitting time is, when do you cut it off? Like when is too much detail?
And that the Montreal, my client today I had, is a perfect example of that, because he came in and he's got this big, he's a big dude. He's been working out. He's just, and he does it for me just to give me more, more space to work, which,
nice.
You really got to like. But anyway, he had this big cover up on his arm he wanted to do, and we were kind of throwing around ideas like, what do you like? What do you want? These are kind of things that are feasible. These are things that aren't going to help, yada, yada, yada. And he ended up sending me some pictures a day or two later, and some panthers, and I picked out a panther out of the ones he sent, and that would work really well. So I get it all ready to go. He comes in today, and I set him down, and he's like, so what do you think some cool, like some flowers would work? And I'm like, well, yeah. He's like, would that be easier for you? And I'm like, I don't know what I started thinking like easier. And I started, and I've known this client. I've tattooed him for over 20 years. And so I'm like, okay, what I read you telling me is it doesn't have to be super fancy.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be anything that's the center stage of my body. I just don't really like looking at this. And if there's something easier, quicker, not as involved, something that would still cover it up but not have to go down this road of like photorealistic panther that's crawling at you, that's all, I don't know how to say it, like time consuming or more high level stuff.
Yeah, just a little bit more involved.
Yeah, that takes just that much more time. I think he was, what he was saying is, hey, if you can do some flowers, I dig your flower work, and I wouldn't mind looking at that. So I, put him in the chair, and I got some markers out, and I whipped out some flower, and he had some pulled up on his phone. Bing, bang, boom, and we covered this thing up on his arm, got it off his arm, and he was happy with it, smiling, loved it. And it was something that wasn't as involved, wasn't as time consuming, but it got to the result he wanted for a comfortable amount of time he wanted to sit in the chair.
Awesome.
So it was, it's exactly, I think it's easy for us to get in that, okay, award winner, push this to the very extreme. How can I make this the coolest, the most, and every now and then there's a client who just kind of wants more like maintenance or upkeep done. They're not looking to redo the bathroom. They're just kind of sick of listening to that leak. And they're not looking to get a new faucet because they want a new look. They don't want to hear that leak.
Right. It doesn't have to be the smart clapper, voice activated faucet that has all the bells and whistles. Sometimes it just needs to work.
Yeah.
And yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and which is good, because the more I know what the idea is of the client and what they're after, the more relaxed I can be in knowing that, I'm going to deliver what they want and not have to kind of guess.
No doubt.
But did you say like you don't have anything in the bucket for
for tonight to share?
For your where did I find that button?
I did share the I think Davo got the flying burrito or the burrito slinger fella's tattoo that we did tonight.
Is that in there?
It should be. I don't know.
This is demo. I don't. I just started something. Sorry, Davo. I'd quit it, but I don't really know how.
The X up in the upper right.
Oh yeah, you just exit, and that isn't that fancy. All right. Well, I was gonna pull up those pictures again. Oh, the orange one. Got it. Okay. Media. Bam. Oh, I got this. Man, I'm basically like the best streamer ever.
You're like like you've done this before.
What have we got in here for you? Oh, there's the burrito. Here's our burrito guy. It's sideways.
Yeah, he's hanging out sideways, but
But you know what? It's in there, and check this out. Yeah. It's really neat, clean. So this is obviously their logo.
Yep. Yeah, he said that they had a print shot local place. Somebody designed that for them, and they just made some stickers and stuff. And that was a name, I guess, that the homeless community started calling them.
The burrito slingers.
Oh, hey, the burrito slingers are here, and then it just kind of stuck, I guess. So
yeah,
pretty neat.
How long? Do you know how long?
11 years.
No way.
And he said, like, I don't want to fudge the numbers up, but I mean, we're talking tens of thousands of burritos a year, like a lot. They feed a lot of people. So yeah, that's very cool.
I wonder, man, I really wonder how they come up with all these burritos.
That is a good question. I'm just like, I feel dumb that I didn't ask that.
Well, what were you doing? Like a tattoo or something?
I was doing a tattoo. Kind of might have been taking a little bit of my resource away.
Well, that's a silly thing to do.
My thinky box,
Oh no, Davo is not in the room. We are not reacting to Davo.
He's not behind me.
Yeah. Let's see. I wish I had a before of this cover up, but this one was kind of a. It wasn't something that took all day, but it was kind of a neat cover up. She had in the middle where that flower is, she had a banner with an old name in it and
nice
stuff like that. So I thought, well, bang.
What banner?
Right? Pow. Nice. So, and, she could take this further, too. We could take those flowers up and kind of fill in those dead spaces and clean and tighten up, clean up what she's got there, because it's, she's had it for a while. And it would clean up and tighten up really nice.
Yeah, man. Well done.
But, yeah, thanks. That was kind of a neat little... One sitter quitter, as we call it. That was pretty neat. What is this?
Oh, this was a fun one.
This
these
was like
cowboys. A couple months ago. This fella is a bartender.
Yeah, and, dude, I love this one. I forgot about this one.
I thought that was a great idea, man. And again, that's the American traditional style. Something
right.
I don't do enough of. And man,
it's so hard to do it, isn't it? To force yourself.
It is. It really is, because
just to go shading here and not read the surface, but just look at it as a 2D flat and go, okay, from this flat line on this flat surface, you just brush it that way.
Yep. So it's like challenging.
It is.
And the least amount of brush strokes, basically,
the better.
The better. So, you're trying to just do this, really awesome project, and to kind of look at it in another way. It's like, all right, well, we got to paint this house. We're going to do this with 5 brush strokes.
Right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Like, oh, man. Like, okay.
Yeah. And that's where doing more photorealistic stuff kind of has that play in it, that leeway in it. Black and gray, not so much, but especially color kind of realism. It not to take anything from it. It is, it takes skill, of course, and like it all does. But it's a building process where the old school stuff is just way more straightforward, and it's one shot, one kill. You do it or you don't, and it's very deliberate.
Yeah.
There's no kind of mind games that have to go on for you to buy it. It's just like, this is the rose. This is the color of the rose.
Yep. I watched Tobias do my last tattoo.
Dude, he's a magician. I'd love to get him on here.
Dude, that would be great.
Wouldn't it? That'd be cool. You guys should, I don't know,
I've
pick it or something.
I've got his card. We need to call him. We'll just
I'm trying to find. Oh yeah, is this it again? Nope, that's where we are now. Oh, okay, found it. Man, there's so many buttons. I was trying to keep up with our extensive chat here going on.
How many questions do we got?
Nothing really. Yeah, if you guys have anything tattoo related, we know some people we could call and get some questions answered. But yeah. Well, there's my beautiful wife checking in. Hello. And we got, who is this? Anakin.
Oh, that would be my daughter, Anakin.
Oh, hi, Anakin. Well, hello.
Hi, fam.
Hail, gang's all here. So let's maybe dig back into the bucket of fun. What's this? This looks pretty freaking cool.
Oh, yeah.
Boom. Check this out.
This is a tree of life on the back of a calf.
Jeez, that's a big friggin' calf.
Yeah, man, the guy is just he's got some power horse legs. Like he works out. Obviously, I
think I recognize him. Didn't he? Wasn't he working for Budweiser, pulling the
Yes,
the wagon with all the beer in it?
Yes, man. He does not skip leg day.
No. Holy crap.
But he did find a really cool reference, which I'm sitting there looking at the reference picture, and it was a drawing and not a tattoo.
Wow.
But I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, wow, it's hitting all the notes of this design. And, we kind of had to scale it down for,
Yeah.
It was very, very detailed. And this is actually kind of like taking that detail and knocking it down a couple steps.
Well, it looks like you captured the balance of the light and dark really well. Like the way the roots are shaded, they really fall back, and it gives you that real, you definitely know that there's just a big ball of roots, like that root ball that hangs off the bottom of something. That really sells, because a lot of times that can come out looking really flat. Especially when people like, oh, I want the roots kind of coming down my arm, or I want the tree here and the roots coming down. It's really hard to sell that dense kind of, because that's got to hold on to the earth really well for all that to balance out. So the way you did those roots in there,
thank you.
It's busy, but it doesn't look busy.
All right.
It reads as dense, but you can still like feel and see every single tiny little root. So Good job on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it differentiates from the branches really well too, especially by you leaving the empty spaces to kind of highlight the fact that these are these individual branches, unlike the roots where there isn't that light showing through, which there wouldn't be that light showing through. It'd be this denser, muddier kind of, ball.
Right.
Yeah. It really sells that really well. And that can be really hard to do. They can look like upside down
it kind of starts looking a little bit like one-dimensional, real easy, without the right light or shade, the values in there.
Yep. And again, to leave that highlight root in the front takes a little bit of restraint, because as an artist you'll see these perfect fun places to put this shadow, and man, you can see it, right where it should be and how it would fucking lick right up around a curve, and you can't do it.
It's like you're peering into my brain, because the whole time I was doing this tattoo, after I got the bottom half pretty much lined, I'm sitting there like, yeah, all right, we're gonna do this right here. Okay, yeah, a little bit of depth right here. We're gonna add some values here to this spot, and then like that middle part with those primary roots, I was just struggling the whole time. Like, oh no,
leave them open, leave them open, leave them open.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel your pain, man. I've been there for sure.
Yeah, sometimes it pays to lay off.
Less is more.
Bit, yep.
Using that negative space is everything in black and gray, and that's another thing that makes black and gray just a little less forgiving, is that once it's that dark, you cannot make it lighter.
Yep.
You cannot. With color, you can go in and highlight, you can put a lighter value in it, you can still nudge it, and you can pack in little highlighty dots to pop things. I mean, there's things you can do to still pull value out, but once you brush over that skin that time and it gets that dark, there's no going back.
No.
So it's got its own little, tricky spots, I suppose.
Sure.
It seems like we might have talked about this
I don't think
one,
I've
maybe.
seen that one. No.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, we did talk about that, but yeah, you didn't have a picture for it last time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then, if you were watching last night's show.
That is great, man.
Yeah, I did it in 3 parts. And I don't know, it works. I work really good when I can work to kind of completion, and I'll do that with sleeves and stuff. If I know what, you come in and you tell me what you want for your sleeve, I'll usually finish it as I go. Very rarely will I line out a full sleeve.
I like to do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what I'm going to use as I'm going, but I don't put it all out there for whatever reason.
To me, it makes it look finished every time somebody walks out the door.
Right. And I guess I didn't want to necessarily lean on that as the reason, but I guess it really is.
It does kind of look pretty nice no matter what stage.
Right. Yeah. I guess, because life does happen. Oh crap, I need tires for the car. Dude, that's $800. Man, that's tattoo money. I know how life can get in the way of your tattoo appointments and stuff, and then you're walking around with like this just half done thing, and it is nice to be able to get it to a finished or mostly finished kind of compartmentalized, I guess, at least, than getting this thing strung out all over your arm, and then just chipping away at it. I used to do it that way, but
I think the stages kind of thing is really neat to just for other people too, to observe the, how it evolves.
Yeah.
And when you've got everything mapped out, like, just everything aligned, and then you kind of just go back like a, fax machine, just kind of go back to that bottom part and then just work back up again. That's cool too. There's nothing wrong with that, but it is neat to see something, because sometimes, like you'll get that like wild hair where you're like, oh, hey, what if we hid this little Easter egg thing, right? Or what if we made a little nudge and did something like this right here?
Right.
And then it just kind of, takes its own life, and it takes a life of its own, and then just you run with it, and then before you know it, it's evolved to a even better piece.
Yeah, it does leave it kind of open for you to embellish as you go. And if you look at the arm, you see the sleeve, and you know what you're going to do, and you have it laid out in your mind, and you start going on it, and you finish it, and you didn't embellish along the way, who cares? But if you want to along the way, but you've put every line of every feather in there, you've mapped everything out, you've put your bloodlines and your gray wash, lines everywhere, and gotten it all mapped out first, then you're committed to that thing, and it's unfinished. Now, maybe that's a way, I'm not saying it is, but maybe that's a way for artists to kind of go, well, do you want to walk around like a doofus your whole life, or are you coming back? I don't know.
Didn't ever think about that.
Yeah. But for me, it's almost, I need the reward of seeing it finished.
Yeah, same.
If I'm going to line it, it's hard for me to let it walk away and go, but I didn't get to cuddle.
It is nice to see that, at least something kind of finished.
Right. It feels like I think that might be it too. It feels like you see progress, and like things are done. The way I used to do it way back in the day, laying it all out, I might lay out all the blues anywhere there was blue on your whole lower arm first, and then the greens all around, where now I work more centralized. I finish an area, to completion, and then move to another area instead of changing my visual, my aspect all the time, trying to keep on top of all these different areas.
That would be kind of rough, challenging, I would think. Very efficient if you're good at it.
Right.
I don't think I would be good at that.
And I think when you said efficient, it kind of clicked. I'm like, well, and because I learned in street shops, that's really all there was street shops. So, anything I picked up from anybody I worked with was in a street shop, and a street shop is get it on and get them out. Yeah. And there's a huge range in get it on and get them out, where you can get them on and get them out and make them look great and stand behind them, and they're great tattoos. And then there's less than that. But I guess just in where I was learning and growing up from tattoo wise, that makes sense that, why you got green in there, hit all your green, because then you don't have to go back.
Right.
It's a that very kind of more old school way of doing it, and looking at it from a different point of view, to where you're more tapping your watch going, we got a line out the door. It's already midnight. You want to be here till 6 a.m.? No, I didn't think so. It's kind of comes from that mentality. And after being in it this long, I haven't operated off that mentality ever since I opened Skin Kitchen, really, because Skin Kitchen, I've never wanted it to be that. Ever.
No, you got a studio here, man.
Yeah, I wanted a place where I could just do some fun tattoos with some friends, and I figured, that's what I want to do that's what I want to do all the time. Is there a way to make money in that? Yeah, they have these little studios and they do tattoos, and people give them some cash for it. I'm like, well, frick, man, if I can do what I want to, and people are willing to give me a few bucks for it, and people are willing to call that a job, I'll do that.
Isn't that a blessing?
Yeah, it is such a blessing. Absolutely. Let's go back to our talkative panel here.
And I wanted to say that is a really great tattoo. Sorry, not to change the subject.
No, not at all. We kind of spun off, but I did this in 3 sittings. I did the bike first, and then we did him, and then we did the background. And it was about between 2 and 3 hours each sitting. Nice. And it laid out really nice. She was wanting, I think, him, she sent me a picture of the bike and some pictures of him and things like that. And you know, he loved to ride. That was his bike there, and yada yada, and her first idea, I think she saw him like riding the bike, you know, which in your first thought you're thinking, oh, you see this moving picture in your mind of him enjoying his bike, riding the bike. That's what I want. But when you put it in front of an artist who has to take that and still frame it and stitch it into your skin, you know, things don't translate one to one.
In scale, you know,
right.
Like getting the bike and a person that looks like him on the bike and making it look legible.
Right.
You know, that's
right.
the challenge.
So the challenge for us is, as an artist, is going, okay, I know what you want. I know what you want to tell people. You want to tell people, I love this guy, and this guy loved to ride his motorcycle. But if I put him on a motorcycle riding down the road, you're not going to be able to tell it's him. It's going to be a guy. But you want this particular guy riding this particular motorcycle, living his life, because that's how you want to remember him. So we have the bike, stitch for stitch, a photo of the bike. So not only do we have a portrait of the bike, we've got him looking like he is just soaking in the sun, having the time of his life, having the wind blowing in his face, and we have this gorgeous background. Yeah. So when you look at this tattoo, it says, I love this guy, and he loved riding his bike.
Absolutely. There's no mincing any kind of...
Right.
Yeah.
So, and she's been a long time client and is willing and flexible enough to allow me to do that. You know, I think, you know, there are some people that would be like, no, I want him riding this bike. I'm like, no, because you're not going to be able, the bike's going to not be, it's not going to look cool. He's not going to look like him. I'm going to have to draw this guy and kind of match the length of the head. Come on.
Yeah, it's hard to get that scaled version of somebody at any size, you know, like really, but once you get it like, you know, sized to, you know, to fit a thigh, it's going to be selling the portrait short. It's not going to do him justice,
and even if you were to do him where you saw like his hand on the throttle a bit, and then you saw his face and kind of maybe a mirror or something in there into the background, okay, but you wanted the bike.
Yeah, you're getting like
you're going to get the handle.
The bike.
No, that's the bike is not there.
Yeah, you're getting.
It's like, enough to know that he's sitting on a bike, but when you have the bike and you have that picture of him soaking that sun in, and you see the hair kind of, you know, he's just riding.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Absolutely.
So I thought that came together really, really good.
It did,
and most of it is because she trusted me that I knew what she was trying to say, but we're going to be able to put everything you want in here this way and still get that same feeling and still get that same look, but you're going to be able to actually read what's going on.
And that's awesome, man. Yeah, you guys nailed it. Like as a collaboration, you know, because it always is, you know, you got to work together and find that, you know, what does work, and that one works.
Yeah, and what was important for her to, you know, to have, because that really is, some people can be a little bit wacky about that, about what they actually are wanting, you know. Just tell me what you really want, and sometimes it kind of feels like you have to beat it out of them. What is this?
I think this was a little while back, but I got to do this is it's an album cover,
really,
all the way around the forearm.
Okay.
Give me a second. I'll remember the name.
Flaming
Aesop Rock is the rapper, and he's got this album that it just has this wild. I mean, it's the only thing that we did in color is this flaming skull, like screaming through the woods.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's another picture, but you can kind of see there's a deer. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So this deer is like deer in the headlights.
Oh,
like,
there's.
I don't know how to process what I am seeing. So to me, I don't know, but my kind of idea, and I don't really know. Like, there's probably several reasons why he got this tattoo, but when I'm like looking at this picture from this album cover, I'm thinking like, okay, so if I was a deer and I saw these two eyes coming at me, and they're coming and it's this terrifying, glowing, just, monstrosity of something I don't understand, I would probably freeze and look just like that deer right before I got
zapped
by whatever truck that was.
So was it just the skull that was from the album cover, or was it was the whole thing, the deer and everything?
Yeah, but the picture, like on the album, is everything's in color. But yeah, we just did the whole album, and it's one of those album arts that's just you pull out the sleeve and it's just like this really nice long, large painting or
like
digital picture
thing almost.
Yeah, panoramic. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he wanted to get that. He wanted to capture that skull with the red and flames and stuff. So yeah, we just kind of wrapped it around the arm, and
that worked out pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fun, man. It was a several sitting thing, and we just got to do a little.
What's this thing? It was a drawing.
Oh yeah, that was just something I had.
Fun drawing that you drawed?
Yeah, something that I thought was.
Oh, cool.
Just kind of like a, some guy came in and wanted he wanted to cover up initially.
Yeah.
And after the cover up, we were going to do what I thought we were going to do, some aliens in space and all kinds of stuff. And, yeah, he said he liked it, but he never wanted to come back and get the, we did the cover up part, but
just didn't commit to the rest.
Yeah, I couldn't commit. I don't know. I mean, it is a lot. I mean, that's
right.
A very large, very involved piece, and it doesn't necessarily have a lot to do with space other than it is Mars Attacks.
Right. Yeah, it's...
And the primary, centerpiece is kind of the one dressed as the female. So, I mean, maybe I didn't really quite get all the...
So it's been in your sketchbook, burning a hole in your sketchbook.
Yeah.
It's something you'd really like
to
develop.
Share. Yeah, I just
wanted to share. Yeah, so if any Mars Attacks fans out there, this one's burning a hole in Brent's sketchbook. Let's see. What's going on? So it's frickin' cold as. Let's see. What's really cold? It's colder than the liquid nitrogen your science teacher used to freeze that goldfish in physics class.
Like Terminator 2 type. It'll make your T1000 just
your T1000 shrivel right up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
people get
mine's more like a T750 right now. I think. Yeah. I tell it like it is.
Zing. That's funny.
Zing. Look at him go. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna get a lot of the snow. I hope, because I live an hour south.
Oh, dude, I hope not too, because it's already ridiculous.
Did you see the snow in Russia?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Holy crap, dude!
I'm glad that I live in Iowa in the United States of America. Is that what you're saying?
Dude, there's these apartment complexes that are 10, 15 stories, high, and there's snow that's like 30 foot over the top of that. They got 135 or 235 years worth of snow in one storm.
What?
6 feet plus the drifts. There's drifts that are like 40 and 50 foot high.
Dang.
Like there's walkways and paths that if it fell in, you'd just be dead. I mean, it's probably 15 to 20 foot above your head snow.
Oh, sorry, boss, I can't come in, man. There was an avalanche in my front yard, and we just,
I don't know what they're gonna do,
dude. That's that's so wild.
Yeah, it's a funky monkey going on over there, man. And I guess that's going on everywhere. The weather is just gone.
Yeah,
Have you ever had you get you've gotten bottle rockets, and
Love them.
I do too. They're really good.
They're underrated. I mean,
they are. You can do so much with them. Your GI Joes are not safe, but I didn't create the rules. I just buy the fireworks. But you get every now and then you'll get a bottle rocket with the stick is a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And that correlates to what we were talking about before bottle rockets.
Ice, snow, Russia, squirrel.
No, yeah, ice in Russia. And a bottle rocket.
I do it all the time, man.
I don't know. There's a point in there somewhere.
But,
yeah.
Back to bottle rockets.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Back to beating up on GI Joes.
What? Oh, yeah. That's right. So, I forgot. What were we talking about? There's something about the snow. So you happen to drive as far as you drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is like always a concern, like living in this area, it's like one of those kind of things where it's like, you live in Iowa, you're always going to have, during this time of year, at least a couple good snows or ices that you're going to have to drive through. And that always is kind of a challenge. Well, I'm just really thankful that we don't live, somewhere where we get like snowicanes, like where snowy hurricane or whatever they're getting in Russia,
Snowicane.
Yeah, or snownado.
Snowicane. Sounds like something that they'd be smuggling over the border, selling by the gram.
Yeah, man. It's the new
Snowicane.
It's the new numbing cream.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want any.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
I don't want any snowicane.
But it also is kind of just challenging, like, to where, like, right now, if you walk outside, it hurts your face. So
I don't see a reason for it.
It's pretty mean. I mean, it's really just really, really brutally cold. And I almost kind of wonder sometimes, like, would I trade off the precipitation with the snow?
Snow is precipitation.
Well, I mean, for this what we're dealing with now, like,
just straight up freaking cold.
Yeah, just like,
is that better than snow?
Right, that's kind of what I'm wondering. Is it?
You want to know
why?
Well,
from your perspective, that's what I was kind of getting at. Was like you got like an hour drive, so yeah, obviously that's going to be much better.
But you get to a certain cold, and like it was 2 below or something, or 4 below when I left the house.
That was like the high, I think.
Maybe, and my car was. I mean, stuff stops working.
That is true.
At a certain point. But yeah, snow's just so messy, bro.
Yeah.
It's just mud and slush and sand and mud. It's just messy.
It gets pretty grody.
Cold isn't messy.
And it's our treatment for the snow that makes everything so. I think it's so hard on everything.
Yeah.
With the salt and the sand and the.
Yeah, it's not the snow really. I mean, wetness. Yeah, but if shit's frozen, it can't rust.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's not really the fact that stuff gets wet. It's more the sand and the snow, or the sand and the chemicals and everything else.
Yeah.
Eating the crap out.
Gotta have them chemicals, man.
Gotta have them chemicals.
Well,
No, you don't, though.
No, we don't.
You really don't.
We really don't.
You really don't need much of anything that you think you do.
It grows out of the ground, I'm pretty sure.
What's that? Chemicals?
Everything that we need.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does, actually. Or falls from it. It falls from the sky.
Or that, yeah.
Yeah. We just, but you can only you can only monetize what you got.
Well, once you get,
once you have the electric company and the water company and the Wi-Fi company and the sewer company
and all these people, needing to,
what else are you gonna sell? A Labubu. You need one, bro.
Yeah.
You do.
So,
you don't.
Chemical
Labubu.
Chemical Labubu.
Maybe that's what they're after. Maybe it's Labubu bombs.
Maybe it's like Smilex. Like, it's a combination of.
It kind of is. It kind of, that could be argued that is kind of, in a way,
a business model for some really evil.
Well, and you can see just in the last couple of years how they've gone after like the additives and stuff in food, and they've removed the red dyes, and they've gone after a lot of that stuff. So it's it's not a conspiracy to say, hey, there's poison in there,
right? When they came out with margarine or whatever, which is
leftover oil,
chemically more close to plastic than it is butter or any kind of food.
Yeah.
And that was better for you because butter is full of fat. And all the blah, 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 blah.
What would your body know about fat?
Yeah, I mean,
your body wouldn't even know how to process fat. Now, plastic, your body knows exactly what to do.
Hey, man, 9 out of 10 doctors
recommend
prefer plastic over real butter.
And wash it down with some Camels.
Yeah.
But yeah, it really is ridiculous.
And yeah, I mean, science is always a ever evolving kind of, learning experience. It's always being tested. But at some point you got to wonder like, hey, man.
Yeah. The trick is, though, about the testing is when you have a company going, hey, you buy these, they're super good. And you go, oh yeah, and they go, yep, and you go, okay, and you buy them, and then you've been buying them for 10 years, and then you look at their paperwork, and 8 of the 10 years that they were selling you those, they knew it was killing you.
Yeah, well.
Then you go, okay, I kind of get the first 2 years. I mean, you should have known it was going to be killing me before you brought it to market, but I understand you get a little jumpy. You want a return on the investment. All right. And hey, I know things can be a little sketchy at first. I wanted it real bad, so I took the risk. But it's these 8 other years that I don't really understand exactly what was going on.
Because
from my point of view, it looks like you were murdering me for money.
Yeah,
I know that sounds really harsh, but you were murdering me for money.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they do. But they got people with suits and stuff that can say, well, that didn't happen.
Well, this kind of occurred to me, and this has occurred to a lot of people a million different ways. But it's funny when it's funny when you realize something that you've known for the first time. Okay? And what I mean is, it's something that it isn't an epiphany, but the way I thought about it and the way it clicked in my head and the way it kind of connected some other red yarn to it really made me like, okay, so I understand having rules in the society. I get that. Okay. Obviously, you have to have some ground rules.
Sure.
Okay. But wouldn't you call it excessive when I have to hire a person who has dedicated their entire life to figuring out the rule book that he can support himself very well on just figuring out what the rules are so he can try to explain them to me?
And yeah, that's the gotcha kind of thing right there. Is like they have their spell books, and they just like cast their rules, on these pieces of paper and make it so convoluted and hard to understand.
I have to hire someone that can figure it out, that can read your rules, and they have to be trained for years in school, have to pay thousands, if not hundreds of thousands in some cases, to learn the knowledge it takes to figure out the rules that we have to live under.
And that's kind of our big problem, I think.
And I have to hire a person to figure out the rules of the place where I live. Don't you think that's excessive?
A little bit.
And like if we were going to start a clubhouse, okay, let's like me and you, we built a clubhouse, like a tree house, okay? We're 9. It's a good year. That's a pretty good year.
Good times.
Because you don't know about porn and you got a bike.
Right.
Shit's pretty fucking rad.
Yeah. School.
So,
man, that's like the worst thing right there is school. But yeah, 9's pretty good, man.
Yeah. So we built this clubhouse and we're going to start, a club in our tree house, What's the first thing you do? You set down the rules.
Sure.
Like who can come and how you need to act if you're going to be a part of the club, right? So if we were still making rules 100 years,
there'd be a little bit too many.
After we started the clubhouse, when does it start? Like, don't you make the rules and then go, okay, go? It just seems a little bit weird. It's like, okay, go. Oh, here's some new rules. Here's some new rules. Here's some new rules. And we've been doing this for over 100 years, and we're never going to stop making more and more and more and more rules.
Well, that's the thing.
Ever. It's never going to stop. Congress never goes home. The Senate, you're never going to not have to vote for these people. You're never going to not have these huge bodies of people constantly making more and more and more rules.
And every 6 months or so, when these new rules are implemented or updated, you basically just lose all kinds of rights, like just chipping away at just kind of like little freedoms and personal, or I think, a lot of human rights.
Absolutely.
And it's
you get to a point
going to go and go and go and go.
And we're beyond that point now to where it's so convoluted and there's so many that I have to hire a person that can manipulate the words in a book better than you so I can continue to live on the planet the way I want.
And
what is that?
It's pretty screwed up.
It's a screw job.
It is. They kind of wrote themselves into their own, I don't know, permanency,
Well, of course.
It's almost like
of course.
Well, I mean, that's like
that's the whole idea.
Because
you can't do it without me.
Nobody else can read it.
Nope.
It's like
nope.
Okay.
And they stopped teaching cursive. What's it written in?
Oh yeah,
cursive. Yeah. What's the Declaration of Independence written in, fellas?
Yeah. Cursive.
Yeah. Well, it's all cursive.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but when if I'm watching the History Channel or something and I see something written in some text I can't read in some way I can't read it, how many times have you gone and looked for the deciphered text so you could see what that was?
Oh yeah,
not once ever.
No.
You've never done it.
I've done it a couple of times, but that was
no,
just
you haven't.
I really couldn't read it. Like it was.
But I what I'm talking about is this parchment was found in the cave of Samaya Johansson Jogabaduba.
Okay, you're talking about like Sanskrit, kind of like another language.
Just seeing something written that you know that's like being used as an illustrator, like to show you like, oh, look at this archaic way of writing.
That'll be us one day.
Well, what I'm saying is there's a very small group of people that are going to go the extra mile it takes to actually know what the Declaration of Independence says.
And by then it'll probably just be a good guess,
right.
Because
it can say whatever we say it is. Because nobody reads the scribble block that the racists used to use when they
right.
It's all gone.
And the times, the social structures of the times, that has to be taken into context, as well, because people change. Times change.
And that's the trick too, is I think we need to decide, okay, are we going to just keep making rules until the civilization collapses, which every single law or rule narrows your lane a little bit. Whether you know it or not, it does. Or are we going to realize that we're all borrowing, we're all here for a limited amount of time? I don't have really that much right to shit in your salad. We're eating the same salad.
Right. Let's all just kind of try and like
we could
make it as fun and least amount of pain as possible,
right.
You know, like just get along.
And think of people like, I don't know, his first name starts with a J, his last name starts with a B, and it sounds like Joe Biden. He's spent his entire life in government.
Yeah, that's
entire life fighting for you and me, the will of the people, right?
Man, yeah.
What did he get done?
Sounds like a whole lot of nothing.
His whole life on this planet.
Well, a lot of eroded rights and principles, I think. But
yeah, just for what?
You know,
yeah.
I don't know if we're having like a tattoo or not a tattoo, a song of the week. Like
we should.
Does. We should. And I would like
Davo
to
does?
say right now, just what we were talking about.
Yep.
William Elliott Whitmore, Civilization. That song, just man, I played it.
Is it a newer one?
No, it's been out for like at least 5 or 6 years, maybe.
Well, to old people, that's pretty recent.
Yeah, well, okay, I guess that is pretty recent.
Only 5 years.
To the old folks. Yeah, it's actually even on YouTube. I believe it's cartoon, or he has a cartoon video or animated video, I should say. But
And it's called what?
Civilization.
Civilization.
Yeah.
And it's a country tune.
Yeah.
That you got a liking to.
Yeah, man.
Dang.
Yeah, William Elliott Whitmore. He's an all right fella.
That's pretty amazing.
But yeah, that kind of what we were just talking about, civilization, and
yeah. I mean, you need rules. I get that, but
not that many.
I don't know. It seems a little lopsided these days.
A lot of bullshit rules, I think.
Yeah, people. Do you think people are because we all have these algorithms these days, right? If we interact with a computer, the computer knows who you are.
Sure.
They're showing you whoever wants to show you. It's being filtered through your specific little filter.
Sure.
But do you think that people have been kind of getting wise to the?
Well, you would think, but I don't know if people want to.
Yeah, it's scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a trick too. It's it's kind of like, do you know the day you're going to die?
Yeah, would you want to know? No.
Right? Some people would kill to know.
Yeah.
Some people would kill not to know.
Right.
And that is what life is. That is in the Matrix and not. Because the people outside the Matrix, it's kind of like, hey, I don't blame you for not wanting to believe this stuff. I don't blame you for wanting to keep eating the steak because it is good. Mm-hmm. It is good steak. Yeah. But it's not steak, bro. It's Soylent Green, bro.
But then you got the guys that are like, man, I really do miss the taste of steak.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Well, but unlike the movie, we can't go back in.
Right.
You can't go back in. Well, you can't flip a switch in your head and go back in. I mean,
you can be lobotomized.
You can't. Well,
but
you'll end up like Kanye West sitting on that park bench with like pigeon shitting on him. Did you see that? That was awful.
Kanye West.
Yeah.
What?
You didn't see? Yeah, Kanye West, the guy. Yeah.
Like fish sticks.
Fish sticks, man.
Damn.
You didn't see that?
No.
Yeah, it's been out a couple years. But there's this video of like this person walking in some big city, and there's this dude sitting on a park bench, like with a shirt that's one size too small, looks homeless. His hair is like, almost looks like he's got a chunk shaved out or something. His hair's all messed up, and he's just lost. He's just, and looks just like Kanye West to me. Anybody see that? All five of you? Any of you see that? You never saw that?
No, I mean
it's one of his clones, man.
Be AI.
One of his clones. No, this. Well, I mean, yeah.
Anything
you could
now.
be. Yeah.
I mean, I could be.
But I don't know.
I'm a real boy.
Prove it.
I can't.
Rip out your still beating heart and prove to me that you were once living.
Kalima.
Kalima. We don't necessarily. Well, we could touch on this question quick before we skedaddle. What's the biggest artistic compromise you've had to learn to accept in tattooing?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Wow.
Compromise.
No compromise, no surrender.
Well, I mean, it would almost be easier to choose specific compromises than it would be kind of an overall compromise.
That's kind of where I was at, thinking it would be difficult to name
one of the biggest compromises I guess I've had to make.
That's a good question.
There has been times where you're just dying and you can just see this thing and believe me, it's going to be great. And either they don't have the time, money, or inclination or desire to do it. But that's the trick with this path we've chosen is we have to have someone else willing.
Yeah.
I can't do a tattoo unless someone else is willing.
Right. And if they're not wanting to, go that far, like, 2 more hours or whatever, that's where it's got to stop.
Yeah. It's a very good point. I mean,
that's probably the best answer that could actually answer that and not like any, because a more specific kind of thing.
Yeah.
In there.
Yeah, I guess the main thing would be wanting and seeing that a tattoo could be a lot more in your mind.
Well, that tree tonight that we showed, that one, I told him, I was like, okay, so when we did that first session, it was like an hour and a half, I think. There was a little bit of stuff that what'd you call it? That last little bit that you just, polish up those.
Oh, they tuck it in?
Yeah, the tucking it in kind of stuff, where you got those like final kind of things that, it could pass as a finished tattoo.
It clicks it into the next little level.
Yeah, that night, and I told him that, and I was like, but if you wanted to come in for just like another half an hour, 45 minutes, just do a little extra push just here and there. And I kind of pointed out a couple spots here and there. And he said, yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
So he came back a couple weeks later, and that was a couple days ago. We just did that little bit, and man, that really helped it immensely.
Right. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that, and there's a lot of times, I mean, especially on bigger pieces like a sleeve or multi-setting pieces, I'll do a like a 2-hour tuck in, just, hey, let that settle in for like a good month or so and set up after that anytime that works for you, a couple hours, and just come in so I can go through it and I can just tuck it in. It's not going to cost you nothing. It's just little stuff that as I was going, I knew I'd get back to, and just it gives me a chance to go back to it and just kind of tuck it all in.
And sometimes those little, sometimes people don't they like it how it is.
Yeah, and it's so true. No, it's perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
That is kind of a compromise, I would say, that we have to deal with. It's like, okay, well, you're happy with the way it is there. That's
then
as
hey,
long as you're happy.
And again, that's the path we chose. That someone else has to be involved for us to even get started.
Yep.
Even if I was a sign painter, I could paint fake signs that I could put whatever I wanted on. But I can't even practice. I can't even mess around at home. I mean, I have to have a willing participant for me to exercise what I want to do. So that is already kind of naturally built in.
Yeah.
And it's good to keep that in mind. But anyway,
it is.
All right. We're done chatting at you, crazy cats. Tell all your friends, tell all your pets, dogs especially, love us.
Yes.
So, but anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for the questions, and thanks for listening to us babble. And stay warm. Oh my gosh, keep that furnace rocking. All right, guys. We'll probably see you next week if they let us back on this crazy thing.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Be good, be conscious, or they'll abort you.
Oh, yeah, you don't want that.
But we'll save that for next week. Whoa, what a cliffhanger. All right.